Hey there. Welcome back to Masterclass Mondays with WPSO. This week, we're going to talk about something different. We're going to talk about something called free writing. Even if you don't know what it is, it's very likely that you are doing it. Free writing is like the first stage of poetry writing. So it has to do with getting your thoughts, your unfiltered thoughts onto the paper. And why I like to isolate this process is because for me, there are certain skills involved in free writing that if you get them right, then you can always dig out really good material that can later become poetry, right? So poems are written in stages. You can't just sit there and download a poem. Maybe you can, but it's not consistent. You can't consistently do that. And it actually takes a lot of work. So what I suggest doing is, like with any kind of art, things go through drafts. And in the first draft, the first time you sit down to write something, you need to come without any judgment. So free writing is a judgment-free zone. It is a time where you sit and really explore your topic without thinking about what it's going to turn into. It's really important that you don't think about, oh, this doesn't sound good, or this is irrelevant to my poem, or I hate this, or this isn't accurate enough. Like when you're putting judgments and you're controlling the flow of your natural voice, then what you're doing is you're constricting it. So you're getting less freedom, less flow, less trust, because you have to build sort of trust with that inner voice. You need to build that sort of that inner trust and that inner respect for maybe not all of this material is going to make it to the final poem. But when I sit down and I write, this is a sacred space where I really let myself explore. I really let go and I explore the wide possibilities that I could end up in as I write. So usually when we start with a poem, what I suggest is when you start writing a poem, you don't know everything yet. A poem is like a riddle. It's like discovering a riddle. So when you begin writing about something, you should have a bunch of questions about it. It should be still unsolved in a big way. It should be still a question mark worth investigating. So that's what you do when you free write. You sit down to investigate. And when you investigate, you don't exclude anything because you don't know what's going to become relevant later. So what I suggest you do is set a timer on your phone for 10, or if you have the time and it's much more exciting, the more time, to do 20 minutes. Set a timer on your phone for 20 minutes and begin writing on something that you might want to write a poem about that interests you enough to explore. If you like, you can watch the video from last week and I'll give you like 3 questions to find a topic that will trigger and reveal to you what is interesting to you and what is worth writing about. So from there, you can find a topic and then you can arrive here and set 20 minutes on your phone. And sit there and practice what it's like to write without judgment, exploring this theme and this topic. And the bonus is if you can follow your emotion for those 20 minutes. So what do you really deeply care about this topic, and how do you feel when you're writing? And as you are free writing, you can follow that emotion inwards until it gets really intense and you are like alive with it and your poem becomes alive as well. But I think the real trick here is how to write without restricting yourself. To write an unexpected poem, to write beyond your normal patterns, and to write something that surprises even you, because good poetry should surprise you as the writer as well. then you need to be willing to explore new territories. So sometimes when we are writers and we've been writing for a long time, we have certain habits and certain areas that we know we're good, so we stick to those. But what I like to do with free writing is like explore beyond my comfort zone. And you'll notice like sometimes it'll be like I'm writing and I reach a point where I'm like, oh, this doesn't mean anything, or this doesn't go anywhere. You have like a judgmental voice enter your brain. And that's a really good indication that you are exiting your comfort zone. So what happens if you stay with that? And, what happens if you stay with that and if you explore that further and you start to challenge the fear-based restrictions that you put on yourself as a writer? So yeah, that's what I have to give you today. I hope you enjoy it. See how it goes, and please comment and tell us how it went. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you very much for being here, and I'll see you next week.